Hey all, it's mid-May and this is a continuation of part one of a Plumeria tour in my backyard. This is a new Plumeria that I picked up from Brad's Buds and Blooms. It's called 4222. It's also known as Kasems Delight. And it is a Thai variety. It's a white rimmed pink flower, as you can see, and it has that yellow throat at the center. Kasems Delight is known to be one of the most fragrant plumerias in the world. It just has this silky, strong perfume scent to it, and it holds so well. So an amazing Plumeria for fragrance. The next Plumeria I'm showing here is Dreamstar. It's a jungle jacks variety that's been in the ground for about a year. It's about a medium growing habit. And while the flowers are generally white to yellow, you can see notes of pink coming through, and that's because of our heat here. In Arizona, you can achieve a much more intense coloration and saturation on your Dreamstar here. It's a really nice, colorful variety to add. This is a germain Plumeria. It's a cutting that I planted 2 years ago. I got it from Hawaiian Tropicals LLC. Germain is a very unique Plumeria in that it produces 4-inch white, intensely fragrant blooms. Flowers are considered one of the most fragrant in all varieties of Plumeria. To me, they're very strongly reminiscent of honeysuckle. Some people say jasmine. You can see it's just prolific in its bloom set. And what's really nice about this variety is that it keeps very well. So these flowers will hold their form and hold their fragrance for much longer than other varieties out there. What's also interesting about this tree is the leaf pattern. So you'll see just beautiful, narrow, elongated leaves. It is not a compact grower, as you can see. I mean, this is a 2-year-old cutting that I literally stuck in the ground without any kind of soil amendments, and it's grown to about 6 feet tall in that time frame. Dragon Tears is a really unique Plumeria that I have growing here. It actually was the first Plumeria to put out blooms, but there's another one that has come out here in May. So this is another Jungle Jacks variety. And you can see that twisted petal structure to it. It almost looks like someone brushed on paint. It just has a beautiful rainbow color to it. And these blooms get quite large, so 3 to 4 inches once it's completely mature. Probably next year it'll come into its full potential on both bloom set and color. So this one doesn't have a whole lot of fragrance to it. It's lightly scented with more of that tropical scent, slight hint of citrus, but it's really the coloration that makes this one stand out. And if you live in a hot climate, you're gonna get just more and more saturation as the season progresses. So it's in the high 90s right now. Once we get into the hundreds, it'll really deepen up in color. But a really beautiful and unique Plumeria to grow. I have this patio and wanted to plant Plumeria right around it so I could enjoy the color and fragrance. So I planted this red jack this spring for a nice striking color. This is another Jungle Jacks variety, and it's rare to find a red Plumeria. So the flowers have a fairly thick petal, which I think helps with its keeping quality, which is excellent on this variety. These flowers stay on for a long time and hold their form. And it's said to actually have a really nice strong fragrance as well. And this is the first time it's blooming for me, so I don't smell that fragrance, but like I've mentioned before, sometimes it takes a couple of flowering cycles before you really see that potential. I smell a very light, almost fruit-like, combined with citrus fragrance to it. It's definitely not very strong at this point, but a really beautiful red Plumeria. If you're looking for that color in your yard, this is a inexpensive one. That Jungle Jacks offers. If you have room for just one Plumeria variety, then this is the one for you. This Plumeria is called Divine. It's a Jungle Jacks variety. It's one of the first that I believe they began to sell. It's very inexpensive. They start at $17 for the small potted size. And as you can see, this particular variety is very heavy with bloom set. Divine will continue to produce blooms for you from early spring on through around December. It only gets stopped when, we go down to freezing temperatures in the winter. The flower is quite pretty. Beautiful pink and white petals with that orange center, orange to yellow center. The fragrance is incredible. Very similar to Firestorm. Citrus, but also has those notes of almost like coconut, something tropical for sure. Kind of reminds me of Hawaiian tropic suntan oil, of all things. But just a really incredible Plumeria, and it's compact. So whether you have a large area or a small one, this Plumeria is going to be a great addition to your collection.